Good morning, you beautiful, wonderful people. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. Just a little disclaimer. This week, we have had a little bit of dramas, so it's not going to be the usual doing stuff projects episode. Probably going to be more of a talking to you guys kind of episode. So if you're not into that, I apologize, but it is the way it is. We do what we can. We just want to update you guys on what's happening and why we're unable to do a lot of stuff this week. So, alright, where to start? So, good news is we're on the property, which is exciting, but unfortunately, we have had classic Portuguese winter weather. So, cloudy, rainy, no sun. I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. So our EcoFlow battery is good enough to maybe get us through one whole day without solar coming in. But unfortunately, the past few days have been cloudy and rainy, no sun. So we are looking a bit dire on the battery front. It's a little bit stressful. So we decided that we should get a small generator to use as a backup so we can just charge up and be able to keep the battery level up through these days of no sun. So that's why I'm in the car currently. I'm on the way to fetch us a generator. And the reason this is all a bit of a drama and we haven't actually done a lot of work this week is because yesterday I did go out and fetch us a generator and got it home, and the generator works well. We thought, okay, cool, all hunky-dory, we're going to be good, we can charge up the batteries and it'll be good. But the generator that I got was a 2,800 watt generator, and we thought that would be good. It would be fine because the EcoFlow has two modes, a fast charge mode and a adjustable mode where you can select the wattage that it draws to charge from. So we thought we would just be able to switch to the adjust mode and we can select, 2,000 watts or whatever that the generator can handle, and it'll charge up and all will be good. But unfortunately, there seems to be some sort of a glitch with our EcoFlow and it is not letting us switch from fast charge mode to adjustable mode. So it's stuck on fast charge mode, and it's very frustratingly, the EcoFlow's fast charge, it draws the maximum it can, which is 2,900 watts. So just slightly more than the generator I got yesterday is able to provide, which is very frustrating. So as soon as we plug it in to charge, it wants to draw that maximum 2,900 and it trips the generator's AC output. And we have tried everything to get the EcoFlow to stop being a little punk. We've done a hard reset. There was a firmware update we did. We've tried everything that we possibly can in our current situation, but it's still glitchy. It's still only fast charge mode, so it's going to draw 2,900 watts from whatever AC source we plug into it. So, yeah, a bit frustrating. But that's why I'm out again today. I'm going back to the store where I got the generator from yesterday. I'm going to beg and plead with them, see if they can allow us to exchange it for one of a higher power rating. Hopefully goes smoothly. Hopefully they let me exchange it and we can get home and charge it up. So we'll see. Alrighty, so I'm arriving at the store now, so hopefully all goes smoothly. I will update you guys when I get out. Hopefully it goes well. We'll see. Whew. Ah, wonderful people! We did it! Whew. I'm very relieved. Whew. They were very nice. Shout out to Bruku Marché Tondela if you're here, if you need a hardware store, if you need helpful people. They were very sweet and helpful. Yeah, so all went smoothly. The staff I dealt with spoke English with me, which was very helpful. I tried my Portuguese, but they realized I was struggling, and then yeah, so very helpful, very, very, very smooth. So we got a new bad boy in the back. Got a 3,500 watt one now, so hopefully that should be good. We made it. Home sweet home. Alrighty, we made it. We're back. And it's actually kind of bright, and we're getting like 400 watts in at the moment. So charging up a little bit. Now I need to try and build the Jenny for us. So we'll get that going and see if we can get it running. Alrighty. Hello, you lovely people. Sunshine. Alright, so since this is a little bit more of a not regular episode, we've been having some dramas. That is life. We show you what happens in our life, and that's what's happening this week. So I thought I would just come and chat to you guys and maybe tell you a little bit of our plans for the year. That sun is nice. Let's see. Let's maybe sit on the rock. The rock's a good spot. Alrighty. So, we've got the Jenny going. We're just waiting for Miguel's workday to end so that we can run the bad boy and charge up the EcoFlow battery. So yeah, so on the agenda for Team Gibson for 2026, our main big goal that we are working towards is getting our little building weather tight. So currently, we've mentioned before, but we've got a few leaks because some of the tiles on the roof are cracked, and the side of the building that is next to the big rock, there's like water coming in at the wall, so the rock wall on the insides would wet. So our main big goal for the year, get that building watertight, weather tight, cozy. Yeah, so that includes from ground up, there's our ground level floor, which if you've watched us for a while, you would have seen we've already done some of that. It used to be just dirt, but now it's a nice level floor. There's still one more layer to add to that floor, which we need to do, and then some sort of staircase to get us up to the upper level, and then we need to add in that upper level floor, lower level ceiling, the separating floor ceiling. So that is going to be another big task for us. We're going to do it with wood because it's easier to work with, more forgiving for us non-experienced builders. And then carry on traveling up, then is the roof. So once we've got that separating floor in, we can have easier access to the roof without having to build like mega high scaffolding. We can just get maybe a single layer of scaffolding put on the inside, and then we can easily access the roof and investigate if the structure is sound, if we need to just replace the tiles or if we need to replace the whole thing. Yeah, and another big structural thing we want to add to improve the building is the upper level is just made of those clay air bricks and a single layer of them. So we want to add in a timber structure within the walls of the upper level just to give it a bit more structural strength, and if we do need to replace the whole roof structure, then that's something that can help transfer the load of that roof down onto the stable rock walls below. Right, so that is the big main long-term goal for the whole. By the end of the year, we're hoping to have that building nice and watertight. Right, so that's more of a long-term goal for the year. So flipping the coin, if we're looking at what's more short-term, immediate type goals, you will have seen in this very episode this week we have been having to deal with some of the more immediate goals, which the highest priority of those is just to be able to survive here. So yeah, we're off grid, we don't have power from the municipality, we don't have water from the municipality. Luckily we're in the wet season, so we're getting a lot of rain still, so water is not yet a problem. But speaking of water, we do need to prepare for the dry season. So on the more immediate side of the plans is to get some more water storage tanks. We're thinking a couple of IBC tanks for now, just so we can store more water, so we can last longer into the dry season. Right, so the other factor of our off-grid living is the power, which, as you've seen in this episode, currently we do not have sufficient battery power to keep us going through the winter. So for now, hopefully that new generator I got us today will be sufficient to charge up our battery. So on these weeks where it's days and days of no sunshine, we can at least have a backup to bring the battery level back up. So we've got the generator now. Hopefully it works. We'll test it once Miguel's done with his workday. And yeah, hopefully that sorts out the immediate need to just survive. It's obviously not a sustainable long-term solution. We need to look into getting more batteries and yeah, but that's for a little further down the line. Alrighty, so I've told you guys the short-term goals and the big plan for the long term of the year. And then of course there's like the in-between, like if we have time we want to do some things, but if it doesn't fit into the schedule, also not major priorities, but would be nice to do. So yeah, one of those things that we do want to try and make the time to do is to plant some fruit trees, because obviously that takes a little while before you are able to harvest and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So yeah, when springtime rolls around, we will try our best to make some time to plant some fruit trees. We're thinking cherries, blueberries maybe an avo tree or two, orange, lemon. Lemon's always nice to have. If you have any suggestions for fruit trees we can plant, leave them in the comments down below. We always like to hear from you guys. Maybe you have fruit tree ideas that we haven't thought of. Ooh, nuts. Maybe some like almond trees would be cool also. And we're thinking this terrace here is going to be perfect for that. So I'm currently on our big boulder. There's our little stream waterway that runs right through this bottom terrace where I am now. Probably this whole terrace is going to become fruit tree terrace. So we need to plan out where we're going to plant things, what we're going to plant, and yeah, and protect them from the wild boars while they're still little saplings. Another thing we want to try and get done is make a bit of a better spot to park the car. So currently we're just on like the corner of the road, but technically where we're parking now is actually a road. So we're in the way. If someone needed to drive down that road, we'd have to move the car. So we do have a little spot that we've been dumping our gravelly sand that we've been digging out, trying to level it. There's just a big boulder in the way. So you need to move that boulder and then just like compact and make sure the car is not going to just sink into the ground there, and do some more clearing. So there's a little spot there next to the boulder where we're thinking of going to park the car temporarily, so it's not in the road. So yeah, that's about it, lovely people. Main big plan, get that house watertight. If we can do that by the end of the year, we'll be very chuffed. So yeah, that is the main goals for 2026. We obviously might come across some things that we need to do in between that we haven't thought of, such as life. We will, of course, keep you guys updated with all the happenings here on Team Gibson land. But yeah, so this terrace behind me is where we're thinking to plant all of the fruit trees, this whole flat section. So it's quite a lot of area to actually get this farm going as a farm. Yeah, that's an exciting side mission we got. Yeah, and there is also this terrace, which could possibly also fruit trees, but maybe veggies. But to have veggies, we need more of a fence, and that's not really part of the plans for this year. So maybe a small veggie patch within our existing fence is the way to go for now. But fruit trees we can hopefully protect from the wild boars more, so probably possible as a side mission for this year. Alrighty, but for now, part of the immediate main plans of survival is to test that generator and see if we can charge up our battery. So let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah. Sounds like it's struggling, but it's going. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Successful test?
Yes.
I think so.
Generator didn't trip, so that's good.
Yeah. An improvement from what we had last night, which was a repeatedly tripping thing and no charge going in at all. So it sounds like the generator is struggling a little, but it doesn't cut out. So
Yeah. So it should be fine.
I think it should be okay. Yeah.
Well, it's the best we got now.
Yeah.
What are we going to do now?
Right. So during our research last night of trying to figure out why the EcoFlow is doing weird things, one of the suggested possible fixes is to drain the battery completely to 0 and then charge it up again back to 100 using a reliable source. So we're going to call our new Jenny here a reliable source. So we're going to drain it down to 0, do some editing, play some games, make some coffee, all the things that use the power. And then once we're done with that, we'll pop on the Genie again and hopefully charge it back up to 100, and maybe that'll help, I don't know, recalibrate some BMS things. Maybe it'll stop our glitchy weirdness that's happening.
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, hello, Miguel.
Hello. First time on the video.
You've been doing the actual hard work.
I don't know, don't you do all the hard work? Yeah.
Cool. So yeah,
Good.
we're going to do that and we'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
I'll be Darth Vader this episode.
I am your father.
Okay. That's a bit better.
So,
Yeah. Yes.
did it work? Were we able to charge up the EcoFlow?
We were able to charge up the EcoFlow.
Yeah. It
Took some wrestling with.
just to get it discharged to zero was
That was a mission.
a mission. We got it down to 1%, and we're like, okay, we'll just boil the kettle one time and it'll take it down.
Yeah.
But then, no.
No, it didn't do that. So
Which further proved our suspicions that the BMS was having some sort of a miscalibration happening.
yeah.
We had to leave it on overnight with laptops and things plugged in just to
Deplete.
deplete it to zero. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did, and then we ran the journey,
Mm-hmm.
and
And then the extension cord wasn't so lacquer because it was
getting a bit
heat
warmed
up. And then we unrolled it into the
cold outdoors.
cold outdoors and continued on our mission.
Yeah. So in the end, all good. Got it back up to 100.
Yeah.
And
Took 2 hours, so now we know it's 2 hours to
from
get
0
to 100. Yeah.
to 100, but we won't let it get down to 0 again.
Yeah.
We don't want it to get less than 20 probably. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but that was yesterday morning that we charged it up, so we've had a
good run.
day and a half about now, and we're on about 55%.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of sun today, but it's mostly cloudy and rainy, so not a lot of solar. But it's good now to know that we've got the backup and we can charge it up when we need to.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us on that wild adventure. It wasn't easy, but now we sorted mostly on power and good to continue on the other missions that we have. Thanks for joining us.
We appreciate you guys being here.
Hope you have a lovely week further.
See you next time.
Love
Love you, bye.